This has to be one of the most incredible, the most epic Star Wars shorts ever created. If this doesn't make you excited for Star Wars Squadrons, then I don't know what will. Honestly has me really pumped for the story. EA just released a CG short for Star Wars Squadrons, an almost 7-minute short film which follows an Imperial TIE fighter pilot through a fleet battle. And if you haven't actually seen it yet, then before you finish watching this video, really you should go watch the actual thing and then come back to this after that. There's a link to it in the description. Okay, so you're back. Okay, so I guarantee that was like nothing you'd ever seen before. Sure, there's been other Star Wars shorts made in the past, other films about starfighters, but none that depict the premise of a TIE fighter pilot being left behind. What I think is so interesting about this short is how it makes you sympathize with an Imperial pilot, with the enemy basically in all of Star Wars. Very few major Star Wars titles have told such a story from the Imperial perspective. I'm sure lots of you guys remember that's what Battlefront 2 was marketed as being, the story mode of that game, and then Iden Versio does the complete 180 and joins the Rebels. But this game is going to tell both perspectives, and this short gives you a great idea of how that's going to work. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. With this short, we also got a look at some of the pre-order bonus content that released on the Star Wars Squadrons website, the Varshar Hunter X-Wing, and the Imperial Varshar Survivor TIE Interceptor, which are both seen in this short, along with these other cosmetics which were previously revealed on Steam a few months ago. I think they were accidentally put up on Steam and weren't supposed to be revealed up until now. So we need to talk about this short. We need to go deeper, because if the story of Squadrons lives up to the hype this trailer has created, I think we can have high hopes for this game and where it's potentially going to take Star Wars and this story. This is incredibly engaging stuff. Set after the Battle of Endor in the Varshar Imperial dockyards, the Imperial fleet has been given orders to retreat, and this group of TIE fighters are in a desperate struggle to make it back to their Star Destroyer before it jumps to light speed and leaves and escapes. This trailer was made using computer-generated graphics completely. The entire thing is made with CG. It's not actual gameplay from Squadrons, it's more like computer-generated animation, I guess you'd call it. And the trailer was actually made by Industrial Light and Magic, Star Wars and Lucasfilm's visual effects company, founded by George Lucas himself back in 1975. Worked on all the Star Wars films since, along with lots of other things. As the TIE pilots attempt to make it back to the Overseer Star Destroyer, they're taken down one by one by the Rebel fleet. We see the grittiness of Star Wars, the harsh reality that so many lose their lives in these battles, and we see the effect that has on our pilot that we're following. And then, just as this interceptor makes it to the hangar, the pilot breathes a sigh of failure. And in an attempt to survive on his own, switches off his engines and hides in the wreckage of the battle. The Rebel fleet is still close by, and this is where we really start to feel for this pilot, where things get real. He sees that his ship is already damaged, and there's a Rebel search party out looking for any survivors. What a concept this is, a pilot left behind. And what I think is so fascinating about this short is how the Rebels are seen as the enemy. So often in Star Wars, the Rebels are our heroes. They're the ones we're rooting for. But not in this video. We want the TIE pilot to survive. This Rebel has come to do the dirty work of hunting down any survivors. Not exactly the kind of thing we've ever thought a Rebel would have to do. Not exactly the Jedi way, which I think a lot of the Rebellion's principles were founded on. The TIE pilot wakes up his engines, fires on the Rebel, and then makes a run for it, and quickly attempts to enter the planet's atmosphere. And this is where we get a showcase of lots of the maneuvers you'll actually be able to perform in Squadrons. The flying abilities, drift, spins, everything. The pilots are flying in the clouds on Varshar. That's this planet here, a new planet in Star Wars canon. But this is actually similar to the Yavin Prime map in Squadrons, where you'll be flying through the clouds in skirmishes with other starfighters. And then we get the actual reveal of this beautiful planet's surface as we go lower down, covered in vistas and and cliff faces, and as far as I'm aware, unless it's being added at launch, Varshar isn't one of the planets you'll be able to experience in Squadrons. It's not one of the maps, which is a shame, because now that we've seen it, wouldn't you just love a map set on the surface of this planet within the atmosphere where you could actually fly between all these cliffs and valleys? That'd be amazing, reminding me of Rogue Squadron. And then we get the reveal of our pilot. This is Varko Grey, the leader of Titan Squadron you'll be flying alongside in Squadron story mode. And he eventually outmaneuvers the evil X-Wing pilot, creating this wave in the Varshar Ocean, causing the X-Wing pilot to lose sight of his flight path and crash into a cliff face. Varko Grey allows his interceptor to lose power and dip into the ocean. He goes for a swim, let's put it that way. And then it is sunset. Remember, all of this is in the aftermath of the Battle of Endor. The rebels seem to think the war is over, but the Empire, although weakened, is still strong and still has many loyal supporters willing to fight. And that's exactly who Varko is. I was actually surprised at the end a search party came looking for him. Thought the Empire would have just left stranded troopers and pilots behind, but there it is. Assuming these are the other 4 ships in Titan Squadron who've come to collect Varko. But man, what a 7-minute journey this short takes us on. But what does it actually tell us about Squadrons? You've probably seen Squadrons gameplay by now, and this trailer isn't designed to showcase that, of course, but instead get us all hyped about the actual concept of being a pilot in the Empire or the New Republic, and going on this journey with those pilots. Having seen this, if the story is anywhere near as exciting or covers similar concepts, then I think we're going to be in for one heck of a ride. The idea that we'll be playing from both the Imperial and New Republic perspective shakes things up, I think, because if the story works, you'll be simultaneously rooting for both sides and hunting one another down. I'm wondering if in the end you'll be given a choice of actually having to kill one of the pilots you fly as or one of the entire squadrons. If you'll be assigned one final mission to hunt down the opposing squadron and actually get to play this out. What a concept that'd be. Spend an entire story bringing you closer to 2 separate groups of characters, and then at the end you decide who dies. Reminds me of the alternate endings for a GTA 5 where you can kill Michael or Trevor as Franklin, or even a Way Out where you get to decide who dies. Obviously this is just an idea though, no idea if the story will actually take you and give you this choice, take you on that path. But hopefully we'll get lots of moments in the story like this, like what we saw today. But what do you think of this animation, and does this get you excited for Squadrons if you weren't already? And for more Squadrons news and everything else, you can watch one of these videos here and stick around on the channel. Squadrons release isn't far away now, only a few weeks, releasing on October 2nd, so I'll be making lots more videos in the lead up to and after launch. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord to stay even more up to date with Squadrons, Star Wars gaming, and everything else. I'll be posting news and whatever happens on Twitter and stuff as soon as it drops. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew, I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.